Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Quran Weekly, where I share with you verses of the Holy Quran that I find inspiring and deeply profound. So the verses that I'd like to share with you this week are verses from Surah Taha, which is a surah that deals primarily with the story of Musa alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after rescuing Bani Israel from the tyranny of Pharaoh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructs Musa to go to Mount Sinai to receive revelation. Musa alayhi salam gathers some of the most prominent members of Bani Israel to join him on Mount Sinai as he receives revelation from his Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in verses 83 and 84 captures the moment where Musa alayhi salam, along with some of the Bani Israel, ascend the Mount Sinai. Allah says in verse 83, وَمَا أَعْجَلَكَ عَنْ قَوْمِكَ يَا مُوسَى. What made you hasten ahead of your people, O Musa? You find that Musa alayhi salam was so anxious to receive revelation. He was so anxious to have a discourse with his Lord that he actually rushes to Mount Sinai to speak to the Lord of the worlds and receive inspiration from him. You find, my dear brothers and sisters, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeing the eagerness and the zeal of Musa, He teases Musa alayhi salam. He asks him a question, and of course Allah already knows the answer, but Allah wants Musa to articulate the reason why he's hastening towards his Lord for us to understand an important spiritual reality. Allah says, وَمَا أَعْجَلَكَ عَنْ قَوْمِكَ يَا مُوسَى. What made you rush, O Musa? Musa alayhi salam, he responds, he says, هُمْ أُولَاءِ عَلَىٰ أَثَرِي. O Allah, O my Lord, my followers, they are right behind me. They're following my footsteps. They're not too far behind. وَعَجِلْتُ إِلَيْكَ رَبِّي لِتَرْضَى. I hasten towards you, O my Lord, so you may be pleased. You find that Musa alayhi salam here is highlighting an important lesson, my dear brothers and sisters, that if we want to earn Allah's pleasure, it's not sufficient for us to only fulfill our religious obligations. Especially when some of these obligations are time sensitive, it's important for us to rush and be punctual when we discharge our religious duties. So you find Musa alayhi salam rushes to have that private audience with his Lord and receive revelation. Because when you are in love, you hasten to meet your beloved. And this is why we have narrations that tell us that when the time of prayer would set in, the Holy Prophet would rush to perform the prayers. And when the time of prayer would set in, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi would turn to Bilal, his official mu'adhin, and he would say to Bilal, Arihna ya Bilal. Relieve us, O Bilal, for we have been yearning to communicate with the Lord of the worlds. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for giving me a few minutes of your time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.